Hello, my beautiful, beautiful biohacking friends. Now is episode number 11 in this series, and today I'm going to get real with you. So I made a promise to myself that I'd always be real with anybody who watches my content, anybody who's out there that's actually getting value from this. I'm going to keep it real with you. And today is a topic that is very, very real and personal for me. So I'm going to be completely open and honest with you today. And let's go back a little bit so you understand why I'm at this point now. So growing up, I was a fat kid. You know, guys, I have no problem saying that. You've heard me say it 100 times. Like, I was a fat kid growing up with like a complete addiction to emotional eating. Food is my 100% drug of choice. Without a doubt, nothing in my life compares to the addiction that I have to food. And food addiction, guys, like it's a very, very real thing. I know that, you know, not everybody's going to understand that. Just like not everybody understands alcoholism or drug addiction, or opioid addiction. Not everybody's going to understand that. But for me, food addiction is 100% a real thing. And, you know, I'm a science nerd, so there's actually science backing up food addiction. In mice, they've actually proven that mice prefer sugar to cocaine. It actually releases more dopamine in your brain. And when you combine sugars and fats together, it's actually even more addictive. It releases more pleasure hormones in your brain. So it's a real chemical addiction, the same way you would get with alcoholism. And here's the deal, guys. Like, let's talk about this. With alcoholism, the thing that's bad about alcoholics is they can't just have a beer and they're good. They can't just have a drink and they're good. No, they need to have all the drinks. They need to have the whole case of beer. That's the way food addiction is. Food addiction is once you get that little bit of dopamine release from food, now you want to binge on that dopamine release. That's the way I am, guys. So I know as long as I'm eating clean and eating healthy, I can keep my addiction at bay. But the second I start adding those foods in that release those dopamine hits in my brain, now I literally crave that dopamine release. I literally crave more of that. And it's to the point where, you know, with a food addiction, you just binge. Like you just binge, like you go all in. You can't just have a bite of this. No, once you have a bite of this, like, oh my God, that was so good. I need all of it now. So for me, you know, I competed back in June and it was great, guys. I was eating clean. I was doing everything I was supposed to be doing. One of the hardest things I've ever done because of where my body's at now. I'm not a young pup anymore. And, you know, after the competition, I was still doing good. Like I was still managing my food. I was still eating clean. But starting about a month ago, just with like the busyness of life, which is no excuse, everything I had going on, which is no excuse, I started relaxing a little bit. Like, oh, I'll have a piece of that. Oh, I'll have a little bit of that. And it just slowly started getting worse. And I wasn't even thinking about it because my body wasn't really showing signs of it yet. So about 2 weeks ago, I went on a cruise. And during the cruise, I was like, okay, bro, like you've done good. Like you can enjoy yourself a little bit. Like you can have some balance. So I had a little bit of ice cream, had a little bit of this, a little bit of pizza. And like, I was busy on the cruise, so I wasn't even thinking about it. Like I was just like, okay, bro, we'll have that. Like you're cool. Like you've done good. But what happened was when I got back from the cruise, my brain, like it just was craving that. Like I'm sitting in the office a lot. I'm not as busy as I was on the cruise. I'm not as active. So my brain's just like craving those things. And I haven't been eating like terrible foods, but I've just been eating too much. Like that addiction binge has been literally, guys, and if you've ever had an addiction, you understand the anxiety that goes along with addiction. It's real. Literally, I get this like physical sensation in my body if I don't feed my addiction. My heart starts racing, my breath gets up here instead of down here where it's supposed to be. And like, I've never had a full-out panic attack because of food, but I totally, definitely get anxiety, and I can literally feel the cortisol like release in my body when I don't feed that addiction. And just over the last 2 weeks, I felt it's getting bad. And the reason I want to be real with you in this video today about this is it's part of personal growth. So the old me would have completely just like went off the hinges, and I'd have let the addiction get the best of me. But the new me, because I've done so much work on myself, like literally it's an endless process that you'll never stop doing. But the new me got to the point where I'm like, and it happened literally last night. That's why I'm talking to you about this today. The new me got to the point last night, like, okay, bro, you need to do something about this. Like, if you don't stop it now, it's gonna get worse. That's what personal growth is, guys. Personal growth, and like, I'm not perfect, and I'm at this point because I'm still working on this, but personal growth is this, like, oh crap, I don't need to continue down this path. I need to course correct. And a lot of what personal growth is recognizing this isn't the best road for me. I need to reprogram the GPS and get on a different road. This detour I'm taking right now is not aligning with where I want to be in my life, who I want to be in my life. So last night I decided to make a course correction, and it's taking a lot in me to be able to make that course correction. And it's hard. Like, I know now that I'm deciding to go and make this correction, it's not going to be easy because I've let this demon creep back into my life. Guys, like, if you've ever had an addiction, and look, addiction can be attachments, an ex, food, drugs, attention on social media. Addictions come in many, many different forms. So part of personal growth is understanding, ooh, there's that demon. Like, I see you, bro. Like, this ain't gonna happen. Like, you understand, like, I can't allow you back into my life again. So I'm recognizing this demon's creeping back in. He's trying to gain a foothold in my life. I'm like, bro. Like, I can't let this happen. I know what happens when I open the door and let him in. Right now, he's kind of peeking through the door, but I have to slam that door back shut. So here's how I readjust and get back where I need to be. First thing I do is I remind myself of my why. My why personally is you have to so they can. You have to walk the walk that you talk to prove to others that it's absolutely possible. Because I deal with the same demons that you deal with. I deal with the same insecurities, faults that you deal with. But I have to literally do everything that I preach, because if I don't, you'll never understand, like, there's hope in facing those demons. So I have to so they can. It's not about I and me, it's about him and them. That's the way I look at it. So, okay, now I know why I need to make this course correction. Now, what are the tools I can use in making this course correction? So one tool that I use sometimes, and you gotta remember, mine's food addiction. There's plenty of addictions out there, and we can discuss other tools, guys. If you need to know some tools, let me know. I'll help you through that. But one of the tools I use with food addiction is my addiction is 100% to sweets and carbs. So when I'm eating too many sweets and carbs, I want more sweets and carbs to the point where I stuff myself with them. So one of the tools that I use is, if I feel the addiction coming on, I will switch to kind of a keto style diet where I pull carbs out, put in healthy fats. And guys, just like breaking any addiction, I'll actually go through some withdrawals, the headaches, being tired, feel a little shaky at times. Like I said, it's a real chemical addiction in your brain. So it's going to have withdrawal symptoms. So that's one of the tools I use. Another tool that I use is a little more drastic, but it'll shorten that window, is I fast. And that's the commitment I made to myself last night is, hey bro, it's getting pretty bad. You need to fast. And fasting it's not something you just jump into. It's not something that I encourage everyone to do just by themselves. Like, learn how to do it the right way. And if you need to know how to do it the right way, shoot me a message and I'll walk you through the steps. So what I'm going to do is a 3-day water only fast. I've got my gallon of water sitting right in front of me right now that I'm probably going to drink 2 to 3 gallons of water a day. And that's it. No food, no crackers like a lot of people like to do. No fat in my coffee. Guys, fat in your coffee is not fasting. It's still calories. Like, I'm going to take in 0 calories for 72 hours. And it's a tool that I use because here's the deal. It physically resets your body. You have all these amazing processes that kick in on a 72-hour fast, like autophagy. Your taste buds will reset. Your gut microbiome will reset. There's a ton of physical things. But for me, it's more of a mental thing. It's a mental thing because I know I'm not going to die. I know that I have enough fat on my body. I mean, look at these cheeks, to not die from a 72-hour fast. So if I'm not physically going to be hurt by this, it's mental pain that I have to then push through. So for me, it's a mental challenge, and it's mentally something that I need to do for myself. So that's a tool that I'm choosing to use this time. Guys, if you're addicted to social media, if you're addicted to the attention you get from likes and comments on social media, maybe you need to do a social media fast. If you're addicted to your ex and always allowing them back in your life, maybe you need to do an ex fast. Guys, there's plenty of things you can do to break this, but here's the deal. Like, this is what personal growth is all about. It's about recognizing when you need to learn a lesson. It's recognizing when you need to say, okay, I need to grow. Like, what is this trying to teach me? That's why I'm huge into the growth mindset, because that's literally the way I have to look at this situation. Okay, Robby, you've gotten to this point. What do you need to learn from this? What tool do you need to put in your life to make sure that you keep this demon down below where he belongs and you don't allow him to creep back in your life? And for me, like, this is something I have to do, guys. And this is emotional for me. Like, me bearing my soul for you right now and telling you the demon that I'm literally staring in the face every day, like, it's not the easiest for me to do. But here's why I do this. Because I know that we're all addicted to something. We all have kind of some voids that we're filling with vices. We all have addictions that are programmed in our brain from a very early age. Probably 1 to 7 is when these addictions really start taking a foothold in your life. Because, most addictions are not the actual addiction itself. Like, it's not the actual alcohol itself. It's not the drug itself. It's the pain that's causing you to seek that reward, right? That's where most addictions come from, is we're trying to cover up a pain we have in our life. So my addiction to food was emotional eating early on in my life. While I don't have those crazy negative emotions, I mean, I still get stressed, guys. Like, I'm still like a real human being with all kind of faults and insecurities. Geez, and there's a lot of them. So like, I still have those triggers of pain that I want to fill with my addiction. So I know that every single one of us struggles with addiction, guys. You're not perfect. I'm not perfect. Let's get real. So I bare my soul for you, so you understand you're not alone. You understand that everybody is going through this, even somebody that's dug deep into personal growth like I have. And I talk to other people that have been through years and years and spent tens of thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of dollars on personal growth, that still have these things pop up in their life. And here's the bad news about that. They're always going to be there. You're always going to have like pain in your life that you're trying to fill. That's just part of life, guys. Part of life is understanding where you're at and understanding the valleys, so you can appreciate the peaks. So that's why I'm talking to you today. I want you to understand you're not alone. There's hope. You just have to be willing to do the work. You have to be willing to go through the pain to reward yourself on the other side with becoming a new version of yourself. I'm not the biggest fan of 72-hour fast, guys. Like I love food. So me doing the 72-hour fast, it's not going to be easy. Is it going to be worth it? Absolutely. 100%. So guys, that's what I want to bring you today. If you have any comments, please talk to me, guys. Like, that's what I'm here for. I'm here to help. Also, if you know anybody that's struggling right now with addiction, attachment, or just filling some voids in their life with probably not the best resources, share this content with them, guys. Share this content. Let them know that I'm here to help. Let them know that that's why I make these videos, is I want to help them. So if you're getting value from this, guys, or know somebody that could get value from this, please share this content. But that's what I want to talk about today, guys. I love you. And if you're still watching, thank you so much. Like, I appreciate you more than you know. Like, just getting this off my chest and opening up about this kind of takes away its power. And I feel better from having this conversation with you. So thank you so much for watching this. In the meantime, guys, you know the deal. Go love, serve, change the world. Be the hero you were destined to be. Love you guys.